Every day we're wondering whether men will ever know what it is like to walk a kilometer in a woman's shoe. And you do not have to wonder that anymore, because we have our lovely guest, Miss Berlin, right here to talk to us about walking a kilometer in women's shoes. And here we have a very lovely guest right here. And if you're watching from home, this is Expressions, and I'm your host, Esther Nema. Join us. Now, Miss Berlin.
Yes.
When I had the title of the event, I was thrilled. I was like, guys, actually finally going to wear women's heels. Good. So tell me about the event.
Actually, what had happened was, as Masilahi Foundation, it's of course the owner of the trademarked Walk a Kilometer in Her Shoes. Yeah. We felt that men need to get involved in this activity, so that of course, you know, we can help eradicate abuse in the society. Because of course, for the longest time, of course, you know, abuse, the perpetrators have been the male gender, and now of course, you know, we're seeing a bit of a shift where women are being accused of the same. But of course, you know, we need to engage everybody within the society, you know, in different activities. So this was just one of them, you know, something that's fun, something that guys, you know, can actually come and walk in high heels, and you know, so that they can actually, you know, get to see and feel how a woman, you know, to appreciate the role of the woman, you know. And of course, the only way we could do that, you know, it was with heels. You know, we're not going to tell them, you know, to come with handbags, but if they want to, they can. Yes. You know, yeah.
So they'll be in heels, like all the guys who are competing for this will be walking for 1 kilometer in heels.
Yes, that is exactly what we're expecting. A kilometer is actually a long stretch.
I thought so.
So, you know, it might be just a little shorter, but at least, yes, just to represent the kilometer is what is critical. So, and we will be having working professionals, you know, some of them are actually going to be coming in their full regalia, you know, and the only thing that's female-like is just the heels. So, of course, yeah, so it just creates a tweak, you know, to the whole event.
So tell me about it. What is it that you expect that they're going to learn, the men especially, they're going to learn about women after this event, after, you know, walking in heels, and then what else can they get out of it?
Okay, because of course the event is all about raising awareness for us not to talk about it, you know, in hushed tones, because it doesn't make sense, you know, when we're just, you know, talking, you know, as one or two parties. It should actually be something that the society embraces, because it's become commonplace for people to just accept it, you know. So someone is stalking you, someone is overbearing, a person is very possessive, you know, just crossing the line, and it's like, so it's normal, so what's a big deal? You know, a person smacks you, you know, or slaps you, and it's like, so people go through it, you know. So what we're trying to say is that for the male, of course, they have mothers, they have got daughters, they've got wives, they've got sisters. At least they've got someone, you know, who is of the female gender. Obviously, every human being does have a mother. That's how we came into the earth. So, of course, you know, just to show that, okay, fine, you know what, we get it, you know, as women, this is exactly what you're going through. So, and of course, you know, we want to put a stop to it. And this is both at home and in the workplace. Because, of course, you know, we know of a lot of sexual harassment cases, and a lot of people, you know, just hush about it. Because, of course, you know, they're afraid of losing their jobs, or in businesses, you know, partners are trying, they're crossing the line and trying whatever way, you know, so that they can actually present themselves in an unfamiliar manner, you know. So it's really what we want them to carry out of that is just for them to realize that, you know what, it's time for us, you know, to do something about it. Do it silently, do it, you know, within the institutions you're at, or your homes, or your societies, or the community, whatever it is that you can do about it, at least, you know, just to put a stop to it.
And going public about it is actually the way to go about it.
It is.
Yes,
it is.
Because I understand quite a number of women, and even men, who are in abusive relationships can't share at all, probably because of the cultural situation. Yes.
You know, when you meet some male victims, and it's embarrassing for them, you know, to talk about it, because we do have, of course, you know, clients who are male.
Or do they come?
Yes, they do come to us. So, and you know, you are very understanding, you know, because at that time you couldn't understand why a woman would behave the way they would. But then again, also, why would a man behave the way they would as a perpetrator? So, but you just have to appreciate the situation and empathize with the victim and assist them in the way that, of course, you know, would forge them forward.
Yeah.
To just overcome that. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you do to equip women and even men who are in abusive relationships to just be able to come out and even to protect themselves? Because quite a number of people don't know how to get out of it. They actually live the rest of their lives in abusive relationships.
Yeah, well, some of the programs that, we are running is, of course, initially a person has to go through counseling. It could be the victim with a perpetrator, because Masilahi stands for family. I mean, we do not advocate for any breakup of marriages or any relationships, because of course that is the basic unit of our existence on this earth. So we encourage, having counseling both parties, but more so, of course, the victim obviously goes through counseling. We do have some skills training. So a person, undergoes life skills training, it could be business skills. We do also provide financial assistance, for some of them who want to go into business or they want to go into further training, whatever it might be. We might assist them, get a job, or change their vocational, training. Yeah, whatever it is that assists actually for them, to become empowered and to overcome, that cycle of abuse. Yeah, because, just because you're in an abusive relationship does not mean that you have to leave the relationship, so that you can live a free life. You can actually you can both be counseled. Whatever the issues are, the underlying issues can be sorted out, and then of course, you move on from there.
So getting out of the relationship is the last
It is a last resort. Yes.
Yeah, but what is it that tells you I need to get out of this relationship? Because I think there's the part that is too much, that it's too abusive, and there's the part that you can say, okay, you know what, I can deal with this.
There has been a lot of incidents, of course, of people, just staying in, and of course, sadly, it becomes tragic. So when the person, if it's emotional abuse, because of course people need to be very clear, abuse or violence, we're not just limiting it to physical. There is the emotional aspect, there's the financial, there's the mental, and of course, people need to appreciate all of this. So whatever form of abuse it is that a person is going through, because what happens is that the perpetrator, they're just trying to exert their control over the victim. That is the whole idea. And it's because they have their insecurities, and that's why, they have to try and show that, you have to conform, hence why they behave the way they do. But if it becomes a little too much, first of all, physical abuse, that should not be condoned in any way.
That's physical, never ever.
Never ever. Yeah, because of course you are harming another human being, and you have no right to ever do that to anybody. So if a person is undergoing that, and if they're not seeking help, they need to seek help immediately. Otherwise, of course, we are avoiding having a case, where it just turns, the other way. So a person can only leave if there has been some assistance sought and nothing is happening. The perpetrator is not changing. A lot of the times, of course, when you listen to perpetrators, they complain about the victims. Maybe the person provoked me. So what? Even if they provoked you, you need to control yourself. Every human being at least has been given that ability. So a person should leave, I say. Yeah, if they have sought all manner of help, because of course in the African setting we do know that community is very important. There's a council of elders, there's a family, we all came from parents, our parents can assist, but of course, we're not saying that, you go spreading the word about the issues that are going on in your home.
Tell the whole world.
No, you keep the dirty laundry in your home.
I know.
Yeah, but at least, seek some help, with people who are mature, who appreciate what the marriage institution is, and of course, if then there's nothing going on, nothing is happening, then you have to leave.
And apparently, actually, the whole abuse situation starts at a very, very, very young age. There are people in abusive relationships as early as in college, in campus or somewhere. I don't know. Maybe we could talk to the audience and find out. Do you know of any abusive relationships in school institutions or as young as you are? Have you heard of any abuse situations in schools? Like, you just hear a boyfriend slapped a girlfriend or something like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen a boy slaps a girl, like literally. I think I've seen such a situation.
And did she break off? Or?
Yeah, she just cried, and then it was like it's over. Because seriously, you can't beat a girl just for nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's not cool.
Okay, thank you. So university students are slapping other students, college students are slapping each other.
Okay, these things do happen because, let's say for example, somebody makes you like sad, that's uncontrollable. So it you'll just go ahead.
Actually, what? So okay, wait. Would you in for instance, you're made angry and you're really upset, would you ideally slap someone?
Okay, there is that unbearable sadness that can make you beat somebody. Yeah.
When push comes to shove. How many of you would stay in a relationship that you've been battered?
Sometimes it's like, okay, you could be loving someone from deep your heart, and then after all, you just come to realize that the person is playing you. Yeah. And maybe sometimes you're disturbing, maybe you're depressed or something, you're sad, you feel disgusted. What do you sometimes you are unable to control yourself, and you find yourself, you just hit up that girl, and then after all, you're like, it all depends that some of those who would react.
Yes.
And then you say it's all, and then there are some of those who would react, and then after all, you come to like realize that what you did was a mistake, and you're like, oops, I'm sorry, and yeah.
And then you'd probably do it again. Because I was told, strangely, I was told that when someone starts the culture of being abusive, it actually goes on. You don't just stop there, you keep doing it.
Yes, they do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have seen that with the perpetrators and of course, the cases that have been handled. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the problem. Because of course, what is happening is, as much as you might tell the perpetrator, don't do this, it is wrong, unless they realize that it is wrong and it's not because you're telling them that it's wrong, then the cycle is never going to change.
Yeah, they
it
will
has to
keep doing it over and over.
Yes, it has to come from within.
And the strange part about this whole abusive relationships, like you said, there are victims and there are also now the perpetrators.
Yes.
So, but there are people who are constantly like susceptible to getting, a series of abusive relationships. What is it? What is it that happens that people end up attracting the same people who want to suppress them that way?
Actually, with a lot of the victims, of course, who end up in such relationships, it could be something, that starts very simply, and they assume that it's very endearing. Like, if a person is calling you so many number of times,
37 times a day.
Yes, and it's not really because they care about, what exactly is happening with your life and they want to be involved, but it's because they want to keep tabs of exactly where you are and what you're doing. They could actually mask it and find out, oh yeah, so where are you? And I just wanted, to offer you a cup of tea or whatever, but really, that's not it. Yeah. Or a person who's like their partner, constantly wants to come and pick them up. There's no problem with that, no harm in that. However, there is a problem if the person wants to do that so that they can be able to control your movement, so that they're not in the dark, or when you're gone out of the place that they already know you're at, where exactly are you and who are you with? So such things, people just need to open up their minds, because it's not like people do not know what the issues are. People, of course, can see the telltale signs. But
you can always see the telltale signs.
Always. But they allow themselves, to be blinded to it. They say love is blind. It's not really blind. It's just we allow ourselves, to be blinded to what we don't want to accept. Yeah. Because otherwise, if we do accept that, of course, this is a problem, then, yeah, love won't be so blind, it will be very open, and it should be very open, and that's how it is more loving, when it is. So yes, people do allow themselves, to just get into the same recurring abusive relationships in the hope that either the person is going to change, or they're going to change the person, or something is just going to happen, or some things will never change. That's also another assumption. And they're like, what, this is how life is, and it's not. That's not how life is.
And you kind of sort of get used to just living your life like that.
In an abusive relationship?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of people are in long-term relationships And long term, we're talking about people who are already in marriages or who are just in long-term relationships that have not, been formalized. Yeah. But it's just because maybe the kids are there, or even if they do not have any children, there's something else that ties them to that person. Yeah, and they feel that, what, I need this person in my life, so you continue to stay in it. And, you just accept it. You look for other ways, to deal with the issue, which is not right.
Which is really, really, really sad when you come to think about it.
No, it is.
Yes,
it is.
So we have been talking about abusive relationships in this segment, but after the break we're going to be talking about more of the telltale signs to tell whether you're in an abusive relationship or not. You're watching Expressions, and I'm your host, Esther Nema. Let's see you after the break.
Any idea how a scarf can change your life? This is how a scarf can change your life. Your outfit doesn't have to be dull and boring anymore. Even in outdoor, you can just scarf yourself. On a sunny day, you can scarf yourself. On a cold day, you can scarf yourself. And you can scarf yourself if you're keeping away from dust. And this is today, our show is all about scarfing yourself and how to use scarves in different ways. This is how. You can never go wrong with a red scarf. Red is the color of confidence, and it almost goes with almost every other color. Now, this scarf can be tied in different ways. Let the model show us how to do that. You can scarf it around. You can tie a knot to it. You can tie it to the side and put a bow on it. And finally, you can put it on your head and look glamorous and classy. Everyone wants to look glamorous for an outdoor experience. The number one rule on what to wear outdoor is, number one, you have to be comfortable. You don't go out in a very uncomfortable outfit. You should always be comfortable. A little color is definitely beautiful because it makes you stand out. As you can see, that yellow is definitely one outstanding color. Always dress for the occasion. If the occasion is a wedding, instead of wearing jeans, always make sure that you bring out your feminine self and dress in color. Make sure that it's flamboyant, make sure it's amazing. Definitely jeans is a no-no. So a dress like this would definitely be good for even a wedding, for a party, for any event actually. A dress like this could also be worn with a hat. You could add a hat to it, you could add a scarf to it, you could wear it in very, very many ways. The yellow shoes definitely complement the dress. You could wear it with almost anything. It is those dresses that you call timeless dresses. Actually, color is replacing, color is the new black. You definitely have to have some of that.